So you want to min-max your mineral and energy output, but you have no idea where to begin due to all the modifiers available in Stellaris. And there is quite a lot. You've come to the right place. Here we're going to go and discuss how to properly calculate the amount of energy that you can get per tick in the actual game by using the wonderful world of power hubs and mineral processing plants. Now, this is going to be a little bit complicated, so one of the guys on the Stellaris subreddit, Tommassino, has decided to put together a spreadsheet to help you calculate when you should be building one of these buildings. Let's begin, shall we? Welcome to Earth in the Sol system, where I have set up our base of operations, so to speak. As you can also see on our service tab, is that we have gotten 5 of the mining networks that are currently available. As you can see, it is currently mining network number 2. We got a couple of 3s, so we can just quickly upgrade those to the next tier. I also have built a mineral processing plant 1. Now, what does this mean? What will be a good time to actually build this? Well, if we look at our spreadsheet, we will see that for 5 mineral processing plants at Tech 2, the tile breaking point is 3. What does this mean? Well, it means that we will need 3 mineral mining arrays to basically break even on our mineral processing plant. And this is kind of important to keep in the back of our heads, because if we don't build the mineral processing plant at this point, we are not building optimally. That as in that we will not get minerals optimally. So to better illustrate my point, let's remove the mineral processing plant from our base here. Let's replace it with a mineral mining network. We can ignore that as it's not relevant to this particular show, and let's upgrade it to level 3. I have got cheats on for instant building, and as you can see, right now our mineral output for this world is 41. However, due to the way the math works in the game, or at least the calculations in the back end, if I, for instance, replace this with, say, a mineral processing plant, yes, do it right now, you will see that I will instead be earning 43. And this kind of reverbs throughout the entire game. There is a lot of calculations going on in the back end, and there is many scenarios where this can be completely different, which is why I have the spreadsheet. So let's take a look at the back end here on the spreadsheet itself and what is actually possible in terms of optimizing your energy and mineral income. So as we saw just now, we were tech level 3 on Earth. There were no additional modifiers in place. And on tech level 3, the base output is going to be 4. If you're watching this in the future, it may have been adjusted. But right now, as of 1.4, it is 4 on output. Now, you want to calculate the average mineral tile bonus available on the planet in question. This is done by taking the total bonus minerals and then dividing them by the amount of tiles available on the planet. And you will generally get 1. It could be a little bit more. Sometimes it can be a little bit less. And also you need to keep in mind that there is planetary buildings that give adjacency bonuses there. So at this point, you're having a processing plant 1. When should you build it? Well, due to its 10% bonus, you want to build it after 5 of these buildings. And it's kind of crazy, actually, because the lower in tech you are, the earlier you want to build it. It has to do with the total output of the base building here. For instance, at Tech 1 and Tech 2, you want to build it at after 0 or 3. And it gets even crazier once you start getting into the Tech 2 version of the processing plant. You need to build it pretty much immediately to get maximum amount of bonuses out of it. Obviously, in higher tech situations, let's say you have a tech level 5 mineral network, you can probably assume that you have the second tier of processing plant as well. You will need to build your processing plant after 4. And the same goes for the energy plants as well, the energy hubs. There's a lot of modifiers involved, and you can play around with a spreadsheet and find those out. But just for the sake of this, let's say you are at tech level 4 of energy, you have a tier 1 power plant, or at least the energy hub. You will need to build it after 5, especially when you have the tile bonus attached to it as well. And there's so many modifiers involved here. So many different types of modifiers that you can play around with. For instance, if you've got your weather effects, you've got your mineral rich or mineral poor effects, you've got your capacity overload, which definitely you want to keep into account with your edicts. Sure, they will cost a lot of influence, and they're only active for 10 years, but you kind of want to keep that in mind. There is empire edicts, like the social welfare programs, which completely cripples your ability to produce large amounts of energy and minerals if you have it active, but it does keep your population happy, so that's kind of nice. There's government goals, such as industrialists and investors. There is special modifiers for slaves. There is governmental modifiers for corporations or oligarchy. I believe those are the only ones that have any sort of mineral and energy modifiers attached to them. There is agenda modifiers for democratic governments. There is species modifiers from industrious to weak to earthbound, whether or not they are synthetic, robots, or droids. There is many avenues for this to go completely wrong or completely right. So play around with the spreadsheet, have a little bit of fun, and try to optimize your worlds to the best of your abilities, whether or not it's energy or minerals. Everything is possible, so let's go have a play around with it and try to find those ultra-rich carbon worlds and run your slave labor there, or your synthetics that give an additional 20%. The sky is the limit. Hope this was helpful to you, and until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other.